If you're wondering which 27-inch monitors are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Gigabyte M27 Up. This budget beast lets you flex with 4K clarity at 160 Hz, and the dual mode feature lets you drop the resolution to 1080p for a sweaty 320 Hz if you really want to pretend you're a pro gamer. It's got a KVM switch and HDMI 2.1 for your consoles, but the 18-watt USB-C power delivery is basically a trickle charger, and the HDR is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Would I buy it? Yes, because getting 4K and 320 Hz in one panel without selling a kidney is a certified pro gamer move. Asus ROG Strix XG27UCDMG. You get a glossy QD OLED panel that makes colors pop harder than a champagne cork and a 240 Hz refresh rate that's smoother than my pickup lines. It's got 90 watts of USB-C power and anti-flicker tech to save your eyes, but you'll be constantly living in fear of burn-in, and the 250 nits of SDR brightness is honestly a bit disrespectful. Would I buy it? Yes, because the infinite contrast and instant response times make every other monitor look like a dusty chalkboard. Dell U2723QE. This professional workhorse uses IPS black tech to give you double the contrast of regular monitors, making it perfect for staring at spreadsheets until your soul leaves your body. The massive USB hub and 90-watt power delivery are elite for cable management, but the 60 Hz refresh rate is so slow it'll make your mouse cursor feel like it's swimming through maple syrup. Would I buy it? No, because while the colors are pretty, 60 Hz in 2026 is actually a crime against humanity. MSI MPG 272URX. This absolute unit packs 4K resolution and 240 Hz into a QD OLED panel while flexing DisplayPort 2.1 with 80 gigabits per second bandwidth like it's the king of the world. It delivers eye-melting HDR and 98 watts of charging power, but the variable refresh rate flicker can be annoying and the screen turns purple if a single ray of sunlight hits it. Would I buy it? Yes, it is the ultimate future-proof display for anyone who wants high-refresh 4K without any compromises. Dell UltraSharp U2725QE. This monitor is basically a 5-star hotel for your spreadsheets with that fancy IPS black panel and 120 Hz refresh rate, but don't try to win a Counter-Strike major on it unless you enjoy watching your enemies turn into a blurry mess of ghosting. It's got a Thunderbolt 4 hub so massive you could probably plug your entire life into it, yet they still forgot to include speakers or a webcam like it's 2005. Would I buy it? Maybe. Only if my job involves staring at Excel for 10 hours a day and I've officially given up on my dreams of being a professional gamer. Asus ROG Strix XG27UCG. This schizophrenic beast lets you swap between 4K at 160 Hz for those pretty single-player vibes and a sweat-drenched 1080p mode at 320 Hz when you're ready to lose your mind in Valorant. It's essentially 2 monitors in one, which is great because the 1 millisecond response time is faster than my father leaving for milk. But honestly, the 1080p mode on a 27-inch screen looks pixelated enough to remind me of my Minecraft days. Would I buy it? Yes, because having a dual mode button is the closest I'll ever get to owning a transformer that actually does something useful. Asus TUF VG27AQ3A. This budget-friendly legend rocks a 180 Hz refresh rate that makes other entry-level panels look like they're running on a potato, though the stand is so basic it probably can't even handle a stiff breeze. It's a 1440p workhorse that punches way above its weight class with ELMB sync, but the HDR is basically just a sticker on the box that makes the screen slightly more annoying to look at. Would I buy it? Yes, it's the ultimate I'm broke but still want to headshot people in high definition choice for anyone with a brain. AOC Agon Pro AGU76Qs D2. This glossy QD OLED masterpiece delivers blacks so deep they'll swallow your soul and a 0.03 millisecond response time that's practically instant, but it flickers like a haunted house the moment you turn on variable refresh rate. It's a budget OLED that makes games look like a literal dream, yet the input lag at 60 Hz is so bad it feels like you're trying to play through a vat of maple syrup. Would I buy it? No, because the variable refresh rate flicker would give me a literal seizure before I even finish a single match of Apex Legends. KTC M27T6. This mini LED monster features 1,152 dimming zones and a peak brightness of 1,400 nits that will literally melt your retinas if you open a white Google Doc at night. It's basically a handheld sun disguised as a 1440p gaming monitor. But since it uses a VA panel, you're still going to deal with some smearing that looks like someone smeared grease across your beautiful HDR 1400 landscape. Would I buy it? Yes, because I value searing my eyeballs with incredible contrast more than I value seeing a perfectly clear image of a dark corner. Asus ROG Strix XG27 AQDMG. This glossy beast makes colors pop so hard your eyeballs might actually thank you, and that 0.03 millisecond response time is faster than my dad leaving for milk. The variable refresh rate flicker in dark scenes is basically a free strobe light for a rave you never asked to attend, so enjoy the headaches with your 240 Hz. Would I buy it? Yes, because the glossy finish makes everything look cleaner than my browsing history. Dell Alienware AW2725QF. This overachiever lets you swap between 4K resolution at 180 Hz and 1080p at a ridiculous 360 Hz, which is perfect for when you want to see your failures in extra high definition. It has more overshoot bugs than a summer swamp if you crank the settings to extreme, so have fun watching ghosting trails follow your enemies like a bad omen. Would I buy it? Maybe, but only if I can decide whether I want pixels or frames before my coffee kicks in. LG 27GX700A. This monitor is so bright it might actually replace the sun, especially since the tandem organic light emitting diode tech pushes those highlights until your retinas start to sizzle. Of course, it prioritizes being a flashbang over color accuracy, and the vertical banding in dark scenes makes it look like you are gaming through a prison cell. Would I buy it? Yes, because 480 Hz is so smooth it makes my actual life feel like it is lagging. LG 27GS93QE. This display is the younger, cheaper brother that still brings 240 Hz and perfect blacks to the party, making it a budget king for people who spent all their money on skins. It lacks the blinding brightness of the more expensive models, and the risk of burn-in means you might have your favorite game's health bar permanently tattooed on your screen. Would I buy it? Yes, because it is the most sensible way to get organic light-emitting diode speed without selling a kidney. LG 27GP85B. This old-school and plane-switching panel can overclock to 180 Hz, which is cute compared to the others, but still enough to see your character die in real time. The contrast is so bad that blacks look like a sad, milky gray, and if you push the overclock too hard, you might hear a coil whine that sounds like a swarm of angry bees living in your desk. Would I buy it? No. Because in 2026, buying a monitor with gray blacks is like buying a car with square wheels. AOC Q27G3XMN. This budget beast packs a mini light-emitting diode backlight that gets so bright it will literally melt your retinas while giving you deep blacks that make your soul look pale by comparison. Unfortunately, the viewing angles are so narrow that if you lean 2 inches to the left, the whole image washes out like a cheap pair of jeans, and the variable refresh rate flicker will make you think your house is haunted. Would I buy it? Yes, because getting high dynamic range 1000 performance at this price point is basically stealing from the company. BenQ PD2706U. If you are a designer who enjoys staring at a thick, distracting silver chin that looks like it was stolen from a 1990s television, then this 4000 pixel resolution color machine is your soulmate. It delivers pinpoint color accuracy and includes a puck controller to swap modes faster than a politician swaps promises. But the mediocre uniformity means the edges of your screen might look a bit depressing. Would I buy it? Maybe, but only if my job depended on color precision and I had enough stickers to cover up that hideous bottom bezel. Asus ROG Strix XG27ACDNG. This quantum dot organic light emitting diode speed demon runs at a blistering 360 Hz, making motion so smooth you will feel like you are cheating at life. The contrast is infinite and the colors are gorgeous, though the screen turns a weird shade of purple in bright rooms because it hates sunlight as much as a basement-dwelling gamer. Would I buy it? Yes, because life is too short for motion blur, and this is arguably the fastest and prettiest 27-inch screen on the planet right now. Alienware AW2723DF. This thing looks like it fell off a spaceship and overclocks to 280 Hz, which is great for seeing your enemies clearly before they inevitably humble you. While the color gamut is wider than my appetite, the contrast ratio is absolutely trash, turning every dark scene into a muddy gray mess that makes horror games look like a cloudy afternoon in London. Would I buy it? No, because spending that much money on an in-plane switching panel with bad local dimming feels like buying a Ferrari with a lawnmower engine. Alienware AW2725DM. This is the budget sibling that cut corners like a lazy geometry student, offering a decent 180 Hz refresh rate for a price that won't make your bank account cry. You get great response times on the extreme setting, but the high dynamic range 400 support is basically a lie since it lacks local dimming and only hits 400 nits, which is about as bright as a damp matchstick. Would I buy it? Maybe, as it is a solid entry-level choice if you just want a reliable name brand without the fancy organic light emitting diode price tag. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the 27-inch monitors for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.